What's going on, guys? Well, in the interest of everything is content, I'm putting a little bit of work into the T-Bird. With the his and her seat on this bike, currently we are rocking the bobber seat, but with the his and her seat, you'll get these little target looking things all over the back fender, and that's just from the little pucks that are hitting this fender portion of the bike here. Anyway, what happens is you got to put in work to get those pucks out. It looks like I've got pretty much all of that handled, except when it comes to this part right here. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get a lot of that removed without any kind of wet sanding. Being a little bit particular about this, obviously that gouge, ain't nothing we can do about that, but might be able to clean up the rest of it and figure out a way to mask the rest of that gouge because, yeah, for the most part, this bike is just going to be rocking the solo look. So I want to make it look at least a little bit cleaner than this. So let's dive into this. Got the Bauer generic polish scrambler with an orange pad. Got some detail spray to lube the pad and the surface, which is what we've been up to. And for this, I'm using Griot's Complete Compound, mainly because it is a compound, so it's aggressive, but it's not crazy aggressive, so it's a pretty forgiving compound. And what I'll also do is I'll hit the surface with a little bit of that, detailing spray. It doesn't really matter what it is. And the pad just a little bit to lube everything up. Next, I'm going to hit the pad with just the tiniest bit of product. And then in this case, try to do this one-handed, I'm just going to kind of smear the product in and around, kind of make a bit of a mess. Don't worry about that. And then we're going to get started on low speed, see if we can't pull that group of scratches out of that area. All right, so we're going to get started on just the first level, get it kind of humming, make a bit of a mess. Things are getting away from me. Hang on. Okay, guys, so let's try to do this without blowing your eardrums out with this machine going, but I'll get it kind of going slow at about a rate of 1 inch per second with this turned up pretty good. I'm going to go side to side and then forward and back. Letting the machine do the work. As you can see, I'm just doing this with one hand, filming with the other. Set that down over here. And look, I know it's making a little bit of a mess, but I'm not trying to be daddy detail over here. Just trying to get the main heavy portions of those scratches out. And there you go. Worked out pretty well. No visible scratches. The gouges, there's not much we can do about that. This is where that other seat, where it bolts to the fender, it carries weight and it also moves around a lot. Even if you never had somebody sitting on the back of this bike, it's going to tear that part of the fender up. So, getting in here with our microfiber. That's a lot better looking. So, that's what I'm up to. I'm going to try to see if I can find a solution to maybe mask up the back part of that hole where that gouge is. But overall, that fender looks way better than when I started. It had those little sucker marks all over it. It's looking pretty rough. But there you go, guys. That's what I'm up to today, working on the Thunderbird. Now I need to clean up my mess. Okay, guys, so there we go, the finished product. Obviously, not going to be able to get the deep gouges out of there, but was able to eliminate a lot of that surface scratching, some of the abrasions, and then obviously the rest, those little sucker marks that had worn away the clear coat, those are all knocked out. Now, as far as where this little guy came from, if you notice, well, normally there'd be a regular washer underneath there, but again, because this bike is going to be rocking that solo bobber style look, don't really need the washer to be there. So what did I use? Well, kind of had to improvise. Because, of course, I've got one of these ridiculous kits that have pretty much every kind of Christmas tree you can find. I grabbed one of these larger Christmas tree style push pins. I then clipped the bottom of, that push pin part, clipped that off with some snips, and then drilled a hole through it. This was a failed attempt. They're kind of delicate. I tried to hold it in the vise, and just barely holding this thing in the vise to drill the hole gacked it up a little bit. But you get the idea. Just kind of stepped up the drill bit sizes until it got to a size that would fit the bolt. So there you go. So yeah, that fender, that looks way better than before. And for now, that's going to have to be the solution to what this thing is going to have to look like without that other seat on there. So anyway, that is what I'm up to in the shop today. I got to finish cleaning this thing up because I made a mess. Time to get to work. You know, I just thought I didn't give you guys a parting shot of this thing. So there's the bike. I do need to get a new front tire for this thing because I did gack up that tire when I hit the pothole. So yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. But yep, there you go. There she is.